Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yoga with Anna again here at the People's Congregation of Shakers and Movers, PCSNM. You can find us at pcsam.org. And so we are in this place of renewal with the sun coming out. And so we are enjoying the sun today, even though we're not feeling it in here right now. But as we step outside, we feel the warmth of the sun. We have a new member with us today, which I'm so grateful for. Welcome, Julia. So, whether this is your first time doing yoga or you are a seasoned yogi, this practice is wonderful for everyone. I am on a mission to make yoga very accessible to anyone, any types of bodies. There's always variations of ways to do different shapes with our bodies, and our practices are always going to look different because our bodies are different. No one's going to look the same. So whatever your neighbor's doing or whatever your best friend is doing, if it's different, it's okay. And whatever you're doing, if it looks different, that's okay too, because yoga is what feels good to you and your body. And it's not going to be the same, a same sensation of whatever you feel versus somebody else. So don't judge yourself. Leave judgment away. Judgment isn't welcome here because we practice with compassion and we practice with ease. So we never want to stress out over a yoga practice. We want to enjoy it, flow with it, and do what feels good for our bodies. So I always welcome you to stay in that state of mind of being open. Here we connect with the mind, body, and breath. So today's practice, Sandy isn't here today, so I miss you, Sandy. Say hello where you are in Florida at your conference. And I am going to talk about events next. So this week, so we have so much going on. So today's Wednesday, so here we are with Yoga with Anna. Tonight we have the mid-vibe check, the midweek vibe check with Matt tonight at 7 to 9 here at the church. So if you want to come in, hang out with Matt, check in on how your week is going, come by and hang out with Matt because he's awesome. So he's always taking you into a breath journey of discovery. So on Friday, we do have the Miracle of Water, which I'm very excited about. It's Change Your Water, Change Your Life by Brianna Bociccio, I think. Sorry if I botched that. But I'm looking forward to meeting her on Friday, and that is at 7. So it's our Integrated Recovery Services group, which is 7 to 9:30. And no set time necessarily. We do start at about 7:30, so we give ourselves a little time to socialize, hang out, have some nibbles, and meet up with our friends, and then we get going on the event. So we'll be doing that this Friday, and then Saturday. Whoa, 4:20 already? It's like happening so fast. So Soul Saturday, 12 to 3. Obviously, it's a little bigger celebration because it is 420, and we have Soul Saturday with the Strictly Vinyl crew. And I'm going to go to the flyer because the flyer is so beautiful and colorful. So we will have 12 to 3. So high noon we begin, and then we have our fundraiser during that same event with music, vendors, and swag in the afternoon. And that's going, is it going past 3? Yeah, so it's going past 3. So usually we have Soul Saturdays 12 to 3, and then we're moving beyond 3 o'clock with our live performance with our good friend Keith, his band Obliterati. So it's very exciting day on Saturday. Come hang out, look at and come and hang out and listen to music, meet new friends, have some nibbles, and enjoy the 420 vibe. So we will be celebrating with our music sacrament as we do every Saturday with a little extras for the 420 celebration. So I believe that's it for the week. So, all right, so today we're going to have a nice slow flow for our midweek reset. And I'm just going to make sure that my phone is on Do Not Disturb. And there we go. So, how's your week going? So, what I'm going to ask is for how about a little interaction, and you tell me how your week is going. Comment what you liked about the practice, the yoga flow. Comment how you're doing. I haven't seen anyone for a while, for a few days, but I miss the crew. And if you have any feedback, if you want to see something more, tell me in the comments. I love reading comments. Be kind. Yeah, always, if you have any questions, ask me. I'm always willing to answer. I also am a yoga therapist, so I take a therapeutic approach to yoga. So whatever's going on with you emotionally, spiritually, physically, this practice is a wonderful way to support your mind, body, spirit, and create some compassion for yourself and connect with yourself. So if there's anything else that you want to see on Wednesdays, or just have some feedback, or just say hi, I would like to hear it in the comments. Subscribe to our channel. We're also on YouTube and Flowing, and you'll see lots of videos there. If you're new to this practice, welcome. Always welcoming new members and new experiences for new yogis. And check out the YouTube channel. There's chair yoga to begin with. If you feel intimidated walking into a studio, check out the videos that we have there. They're simple practices. You can do seated, or lying, taking a mat. So anything that's comfortable for you. And of course, I always welcome, again, to look for me, reach out to me, and if you have any questions, I'm always here to answer them. If you want to know what yoga therapy is, ask me. All right, so let's begin by sitting up nice and tall and tapping into our breath, relaxing our hands on our lap, and taking a nice deep breath in and out to begin to settle the body. I have been talking a lot about low back pain these past couple of weeks, so the practices have really been surrounding that particular place in the body, is the low back. And so today we'll spread the love to the rest of the body, like we do in all the yoga practices. We do an overall body workout to stretch out the entire body. But if there's anything in particular you want to focus on, stay for an extra few breaths in the posture if that feels good to you. If you want to find your shavasana for a while, take an early shavasana. Do what feels good to you and your body. All right. So breathing in and out the nose, softening your gaze or closing your eyes. Beginning to notice the breath in and out the nose. As you breathe in, notice the temperature of the breath coming in through the nostrils, nice and cool. As you exhale, noticing the warmth of the breath leaving the nostrils. Noticing the ebb and flow of the breath without changing anything. As you begin to settle into your breath, begin to expand the breath, maybe going a little bit deeper on the inhale, feeling the breath come in through the nose, letting the chest rise, filling the belly. And as you exhale, letting the chest fall, belly fall, letting the shoulders soften. Nice deep breath, expanding the diaphragm. And as you exhale, really feeling that breath take its time to leave the body. Let's bring the awareness to the body and just notice what you're feeling from the base of your seat, through your legs. If you're seated, feeling the soles of your feet touch the earth. If you are seated. And then just noticing your sits bones, the two pelvic points, and maybe shifting side to side, just noticing them ground. On the next breath, inhaling and lengthening through the crown, pressing the heart forward, taking those shoulders back. And then please join me in bringing your hands together at the heart center, inviting you to set an intention for your practice. Why are you here? You don't necessarily have to have an answer. Let the answer come, and maybe that answer will flow through your body, and you'll feel it in your body, and you'll know why. Nice deep breath in and out. Swallowing at the back of our throats, moistening our lips. And we begin. Nice deep breath in, palms rise up. Stretch up and then exhale, press everything away, lowering the arms all the way down. Extend the fingertips to the earth. Really feel the length through the spine as you ground those fingers in, grounding your body in. Inhale, arms come up. Let the palms touch, palms come to heart. And then inhale once again, bringing the arms up, and exhale, press everything away. Let's bring the hands to the lap and circle the body. And just noticing what you feel in the hips. Maybe there's a little tightness, maybe there's a little soreness, or maybe there's a lot of ease in the hips. Take it in the opposite direction. And then come back to center. If your legs are crossed, switch sides. Nice deep breath in as you extend the arms up. And exhale, float them down. Take that left hand to the ground. Right hand comes up and over. And nice deep breath in, switch sides. Right palm grounds, left arm over. Come back to center. Let's inhale, both arms up. Flip the palms, float the arms down and reach back. Maybe the fingers interlace or just reach back, let the palms face each other. Bring those shoulders back as you reach the wrist towards the back of the mat. And take a nice deep breath in, maybe taking the gaze up. And then bring the gaze back to center and release the bind. Arms come back up. Parallel the arms to your ears and then palms face forward. Let the palms float down. Gentle crawl forward as you inhale, lengthen through the crown and ground the hips. Press those hips back into the mat or the floor. Let yourself lengthen so you feel that spine. Take that nice length. Gazing down in front of you, and then maybe you'll begin to feel that tightness loosening up, where you will crawl your hands a little bit more forward. Press the floor away, grounding those hips a little bit more. And then if it feels good to you, another breath here, lengthening and maybe taking a bow. Nice deep breaths in and out as your body begins to settle. And then gently walking the hands back on the next breath. Extend the arms up, arms come up. And gently float them back down, roll the shoulders. Just rolling back, and then rolling them forward. Alright, so from here, let's bring the soles of the feet together. And the soles of the feet can be close to the body or away, just depending on what feels good to you. And I'm just going to hold on to the ankles, allow the legs to relax, and we'll do a little flutter. And then from here, let's bring the knees up closer together and take a tabletop position. So we'll find our tabletop on our mats. Let's stack those shoulders over the wrists. Hips stack over the knees. Feet are nice and flat, or they can curl depending if you want to feel a stretch in the feet. I'm going to place them nice and flat. From here, let's cat-cow. So we're going to warm up the spine here. On the inhale, we're going to drop the abdomen down towards the earth and tilt that tail up. We're going to take the gaze up to the sky, creating a nice arch in the spine, extending. On the exhale, the chin's going to move towards the chest. We're going to tuck the tail in, rounding in, going into cat pose. And you can press the mat away if that feels good. Inhale. Extend the spine, dropping the belly, taking the gaze up, tilting the tail. Exhale, round in. So here we're going to find our flow, inhaling and exhaling with the movement. Inhaling as you extend, exhaling as you round in. So find the movement length with the length of your breath. You're syncing the movement with your breath as you inhale. Top of the inhale comes all the way back up as you extend. On the exhale, you're taking that chin to chest, tucking the tail. At the end of the breath, you're feeling nice and rounded. Inhale. Extend the spine. Exhale, round in. So let's do a few more of these to warm up the spine so that we can get into a little bit of twisting without feeling any stiffness in the spine. On your last exhale here, as you round, come back to center on the inhale. Shift the hips side to side. And then take the hips into a circle. So you're going to bring those hips back and make nice big circles with the hips to one side. I do about 5 movements or so on each side. Again, that's really all up to you. If you want to do less and then switch, you can. And then you can switch again. So really just doing what feels good to you. So taking it in the opposite direction. You might hear some snap, crackle, pops in the knees. And the hips. And then from here, come back to center. So let's spread those fingers nice and wide. Let that index finger point forward, really grasping the mat. From here, gently take those hips back, extend, walk the hands forward, and then tent the fingers, lift the hips slightly, and then crawl those fingers forward. Take a little puppy pose. So you're reaching those hips back. While your fingers are tented, those wrists are reaching forward. You're taking a bow here. On the next breath, walk those hands back to your tabletop. And then readjust the hands. So nice and wide grip, fingers nice and spread. So you're feeling that mat feel really grippy under the hands. All right, so from here, gently curl the toes under and lift the knees just a little bit to hover. And then lower. Nice deep breath in, lift the knees, hover, and then lower. We'll do one more of those, lifting the knees just a few inches off the mat, pull the navel in and lower. So that might not feel comfortable on the wrists if you have wrist tenderness, and that's okay. You can do anything else that feels more comfortable to you, like not lifting the knees off the mat. All right, so we're going to shift the hips back, uncurl the toes, come into a gentle child's pose, take a bow, arms extended forward, and then come back to your tabletop. All right, so from here, let's extend that right leg back, toes point down. Option here to drop the toes if that feels good, and better, pressing the heel back, or you can take that leg up higher, toes point down. Let's bend the knees and open up the hips. So you can either press back or take this hip opener and open up to the right side. And you can take the gaze with you wherever it's comfortable. From here, lower back down, square the hips back to the mat and circle the hip. So we're going to make nice big circles with the knee, circling the hip. Taking a nice rotation. And then you can go in the opposite direction. And then to catch up with those that haven't lifted the leg, and we're going to extend that leg back, drop the toes down, and press through the heel. Inhale, shift those shoulders to stack over the wrists. Lift that back leg. Extend that left arm forward. Pull the navel in. Reach in opposite directions. Nice deep breath in. And on the exhale, bring everything back to the mat. Shift left and right. So I'm so grateful that I have somebody here in studio. So thank you for coming. You doing all right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, so let's lift that left leg, point the toes down. Or again, you can drop the toes and ground them and press back. All that feels good to you. I'm going to lift my leg up, bend the knee, and open up to the left side. So we're going to stop that hip. So your gaze can stay downward, or you can take that gaze comfortably to the left side, all up to you. And then if you've taken the gaze away, bring the gaze back to the mat, square the hips, and circle the hip. We're rotating a few times in one direction, and then take it in the other. Remember to keep that navel engaged, pulling that navel in. And then we're going to extend that leg back and extend that right arm forward. So again, you can do this with the toes grounded or lifted. Reach, 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 and then gently bring everything back to tabletop and shift left and right. All right, let's take a nice wide-legged child's pose. We're going to take the knees to the width of the mat to create space for the body. Let the toes touch and shift the hips back towards the heels. Extend the arms forward, melt the heart towards the thighs, and then gently take the forehead down towards the mat and ground that third eye. If it feels good to you, taking a little massage of the forehead back and forth, just rolling it on the mat. Or letting yourself just completely rest. Feel that heart melt towards the mat. And then awareness to the hands, nice wide grippy hands, gently pressing the mat away as you shift those hips back towards the heels. And then if you want to shift your head to the right side, you can take your left cheek to the mat, if that feels better, on the neck. Take a couple breaths here. And then shift to the other cheek, right cheek to the mat. A little stretch in the neck there. As you breathe, feel the abdomen expand. As you exhale, letting the abdomen relax and contract. All right, chin comes back to center. Let's gently lift our bodies up, walk the hands back towards the knees. Knees come about hip distance apart and come back to your tabletop. Let those shoulders stack over the wrists, and then shift those hips side to side. And then maybe taking circles, loosening up the hips, creating more movement. All right, from here, let's curl the toes under. We're going to come into our first down dog. So we're going to shift those hands. So take a look at your hands and point the index finger towards the top of the mat. And that's going to allow the inner elbows to point towards each other. So in this lift, those shoulder blades are going to spread without having to move anything because those inner elbows are already pointing towards each other. So that's already opening up the backs of the shoulders. Pull the navel in, curl the toes under, lift the hips up, shift the weight towards the feet. Heels do not have to touch the mat. And then we walk our dog. Nice deep breaths in and out the nose or exhale through the mouth, whatever feels good. Bend one knee, then the other. Getting into those hamstrings. Press the heart towards the thighs. Gaze between the ankles. And arms are parallel to the ears. Nice deep breath in, lift the heels, take a hover, bending the knees, switching the gaze between the hands. Nice deep breath in, pull the navel in, gently press back up to down dog. From here, lift the heels, bend the knees, switch the gaze again between the hands, walk the feet. To meet the hands at the top of the mat, come to your forward fold. Ragdoll here, allow the body to feel nice and heavy. Let gravity do all the work here. Let your low back relax and open with the stretch of the hamstrings. And then you can bend one knee after the other if that feels good. You can lift one heel after the other. You can take a bind here as well. You can reach elbow to elbow and allow the body to sway. Soft bend in the knees so we don't hyperextend. You need to take a little bounce. Let the head feel heavy. Release the neck and the shoulders. Pull the navel in, hollow the center body. Crown towards the earth. Inhale and gently roll up, bend the knees, arms relax, slow rise all the way back up. Find your mountain pose, gazing forward, shoulders back, arms reach down by your sides, and we are in mountain pose. All right, beautiful. So in mountain pose, just as it sounds, mountain is a strong posture, just as a mountain has its strength and is very strong. We're going to lift the quads to strengthen the legs and keep that strength in the legs. So that's going to lift the instep of the feet. Glutes are slightly going to shift down as you pull the quads up. Navel pulls in and up. And then let's take those shoulders to the ears, roll them back, let those wrists reach down towards the earth. Strong mountain or Tadasana. Let's inhale, arms come up. So the arms reach back, follow the palms, a gentle press of the hips forward. From here, bring the palms together, bring them to heart, bend the knees, slow forward fold all the way down. Again, gently rolling back up, letting the head and shoulders, arms feel heavy, grounding those feet in, coming all the way up using the strength in the legs. Inhale, let your arms rise. Palms touch. Bring those palms towards the heart as you bend the knees. And then forward fold. Doing that again. Inhale, gently rolling up. Upper body feels heavy. Strength through the feet. Inhale, arms come up. Palms touch. Palms come to heart. Inhale, palms together. Tone the legs, lift those quads. Interlace the fingers, pointer fingers release. Nice deep breath as you lengthen, arching over to the left side. Reach those right hips to the right side. And then gently come back to center. Inhale, lengthen once again and arch over to the right side. Press those left hips away and then come back to center. From here, let's gently drop the head back. Little micro back bend here as we take those arms back and press the hips forward. So not going too far. And then from here, gently coming back up, bend in the knees and glue those arms to the head as you take that forward fold a little bit differently now. And then release the hands at the bottom of the fold. So we go very, very slow because we've done this right and left movement of the spine. We've also taken a little back bend and now we're forward folding. So we want to be really gentle with the spine. From here, hands on the shins, coming to a half lift, tilt the tail, pull the navel in, draw those shoulders back. And then let's root to rise. Arms are going to come all the way back up. Let your palms touch and palms come to heart. So just take a moment here to notice your breath, gazing inward. Maybe closing your eyes, noticing your heart rate, connecting with your heart. Finding the ease of our flow, just like water. Water, the life force. The breath is the life force in our bodies as well. Inhale, arms come up. Reach up, tone the legs, gently reach back. Exhale, palms together, forward fold. All right, so this time as we half lift, hands on the shins to lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant those palms on the mat and gently step back with that right foot. Take that right knee down. Coming to a low lunge, inhale, arms come up. Bring those palms together, interlace the fingers, and reach that pointer finger back. From here, flip the palms and gently reaching back, interlace the fingers if that's accessible. Feel the hips drop towards the earth. Nice deep breath as you release the arms. Bring them all the way back up and float them down, bracket that front foot. Stack that knee over the ankle, and we're going to open up to that left side. So option here to just open up and lift that left arm, reaching up towards the sky. If you want to take it into a balance, you can lift that back knee and take a little twist here. Nice deep breath in as you lower that right arm down and gently bring that right knee back down. So we're going to flow a little bit. Inhale that left arm up again and exhale, flow it down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, flow it down. And last one. Reach up, stay here, lift that back knee. And then gently float everything back down. That left hand comes down, right knee comes down. Nice deep breath in, shift the hips back, take a half splits here. Length through the crown, lengthening that spine. And you can take a bow when you're ready. Nice deep breath in, gently lifting back up, deep low lunge. Take that knee forward and feel the hips draw towards the earth. All right, from here, gently curling those toes under that back foot, lift that back knee. We're going to extend that front knee and take the forehead towards the knee. Nice deep breath in as you bend that front knee and then bring that back foot 2 step forward, come to your forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins to lengthen. And then let's reach to rise, let those arms raise up. We're going to sit in our chair. So we're going to take those arms parallel to the ears and sit down in our chair. Shift the weight to the heels. Pull the navel in, stay nice and lifted. I'm just going to turn my body so I can see Julia. Beautiful. So if you want to make it a little bit easier, take those feet a little hip distance apart so you have a little bit more area. Shift the weight to the heels, pull the navel in, stay nice and lifted through the chest, and sit a little lower. Let those palms face each other. Feel the energy from the fingertips all the way down to the base of the spine. Nice, slow breaths in and out the nose. The heart rate's going to rise. The mind's going to begin to talk. It's going to get uncomfortable. Use your breath. In and out the nose. One more breath, and then let's bring the hands to the heart and release it, forward fold. All right, coming back to the top of the mat. Inhale, hands on the shins, lengthen. Half lift, exhale, forward fold. All right, from here, we're gonna roll back up. Nice deep breath in, gentle roll. Press through the feet. Come all the way back up, let the arms flow up, and swan dive down. Forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins to lengthen the spine for your half lift. Exhale, plant those palms, step back with that left foot. Drop that left knee. And a little movement back and forth. And then take your low lunge, gazing forward. From here, gently shifting those hips back. Take your half splits. Feel that right hip shift back. And then shift that knee forward. Take your low lunge. Stay nice and lifted to the heart. And then again, bring that right knee to stack over that ankle. Ground that left palm in. Option here to just open up to the right side without lifting that left knee, or you can lift that back knee and take your twist. Gently float everything back down. Knee comes down, and then we flow a little bit. Inhale, right arm comes up. And exhale, lower. So option here to lift that back knee if you want to flow with that knee lifted. Second set, inhale, lift and open. Last one here, lift that right arm up to the sky. And then exhale, float it back down. From here, we're going to extend that front leg. Take the forehead towards the knee. Pull the navel in. Shift that right hip back slightly. Really feeling that stretch from the calf all the way up to the inner groin. And then gently shifting forward, scoop that back foot. And then we're going to rise up, take our warrior one. So that back foot's going to go flat. Palms together, interlace the finger, let those pointer fingers release and reach back. From here, float the arms down. Anchor in that front big toe, back outer edge of that back foot, interlace the fingers if that's accessible, or stay right here. Reach those shoulders back, take the gaze up, and a gentle bow. Inhale, rise. Take the gaze up, release, arms come back up. And then from here, float the arms down. Back foot steps front. Forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins to lengthen. And root to rise. Come all the way up. Second set chair. Arms parallel to the ears. Sit in your chair. Shift the weight back to the heels. Ground the toes. Gaze forward. Pull the navel in. Stay nice and lifted. Maybe sit a little lower if that feels good. Shifting the weight to the heels. Use your breath here. Almost done. One more breath. Hands to heart. Forward fold. Take another deep breath here. Inhale, hands on the shins, lengthening the spine for your half lift. Exhale, plant those palms, both feet step back, take plank or modified plank. Come all the way down to your belly, hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the elbows close to the body. Nice deep breath in, press all 10 toes in, going into baby cobra. Lift the heart, gaze forward. Slide the heart forward. Nice deep breath in, maybe press a little, go a little higher, and then exhale, lower all the way down. Curl the toes under, gently lift the body up. Find your table, and then find your child's pose. You can option to take those knees wide, create space, or just shift the hips back directly and take that bow, forehead all the way to the earth. Nice deep breath in. Let's walk the hands over to the right side. Maybe that left hand layers on top of the right, taking that bow. Take that left hip back towards that left heel. Feel a stretch in the left side body. Inhale, walk back to center when you're ready. Exhale, walk it all the way over to the left side. Maybe that right hand layers on top of the left. Take that bow. Reach that right hip towards the right heel. Feel the stretch in the right side body. And on the next breath, gently walk back to center. A little shoulder stretch here. Let's take that right hand underneath or that right arm. Slip it underneath that left arm and then take that right temple down towards the earth. A little shoulder stretch. You're doing great, Julia. Thank you. And then just notice what you feel if you shift the hips back and forth a little bit. Notice how that changes the stretch in the shoulder and find what feels good to you. You can even tent those fingers on the left hand and reach that arm forward. Or if it feels good to have that left arm come behind you on your low back to open up that right shoulder, you can take a bind there. Yep. And then flip that palm to face outwards. Yep. And then float that arm back. And switch sides. So that right arm is going to reach forward. Left arm is going to reach underneath the right arm. Taking that left temple down. Shift the hips back towards the heels. Again, you can tent the fingers of the right hand to reach it forward, or you can flip the palm and gently bring that arm behind you to open up that right shoulder, the front of the right shoulder. Release that right arm. If you've taken it to the low back, reach it forward. And then body's going to lift as you slip that left hand forward back into child's pose. And walk the hands back towards your knees. From here, knees come closer together. And we're going to shift the hips to one side and swing the legs around. Come to the middle of the mat. And extend the legs long. Flex the feet. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale, float the hands down by your side, setting up Dandasana or staff pose. Fingers point forward, shoulders back, heart presses forward. Flex the feet, maybe pressing those calves into the mat, lifting the heels. Then inhale, arms come back up parallel to the ears. And we're going to hinge forward, reach for the outsides of the feet or peace finger your toes. That's my favorite. Index finger, middle finger, reach between the big toe, middle finger toe. Inhale, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, maybe bending the elbows. And take your forward fold. So hands can reach for the outsides, the ankles, or the shins. Do what's comfortable for you, as long as you're getting that nice stretch in the legs and lengthening through the spine. And release. Arms come back up. And then float the arms down. Take that right leg over the left. Sole of the foot flat. Bring that left arm around. Squeeze that right knee in. And then from here, reach back with that left arm. Take the gaze over the right shoulder. Pressing your heart forward. Keeping the spine nice and strong. And then gently unwinding, coming back to center and switching sides. Extend that right leg, left leg crosses, right arm hugs that right leg, press the heart towards the knee and take your twist. That left hand comes behind you to support the back, to press the heart forward. Flex that right foot and then gently take the gaze over the left shoulder. And slowly unwind. Uncross the legs and bend the knees. Bring the arms, hands behind you. Windshield wiper back and forth. And then extend the legs long. Tap them out. And we're going to do a little balancing pose. So boat pose, reaching forward. And the way that I like to begin boat pose is by pointing the toes. And then always in yoga, there's always a counterbalance. So you're reaching forward, pulling the navel in, and at the same time, you're leaning back. So there's that counterbalance. If you roll forward, you'll feel the front of the sits bones. Rolling back, you'll come onto the back of the sits bones. So you'll feel that pressing forward and back. Then I'm going to begin to tap my toes. And then maybe bringing those legs up parallel to the floor. Staying balanced on the backs of the sits bones. Option here if you want to take it further and extend the legs high, keeping your balance. Shaking is good. And then lower back down. Lower the soles of the feet back to the ground. And gentle descend all the way back down. Bring the knees into the chest. So squeeze those knees in, little rock side to side. Hands on the knees for knee circles. And then take it in the opposite direction. And then come back to center, lower the legs, take the arms over the head, full body stretch, extend the arms and the legs in opposite directions. And then squeeze that right knee into chest, flex both feet, tuck the chin. And gently guide that right knee to the right shoulder. Elbows nice and tucked. And then let's come into our second twist here. Let's guide that knee across the body to the left side. Extend that right arm out, and the gaze is going to go over to the right side. Nice deep breath in, come back to center, squeeze that knee back in. Full body stretch, extend the arms and the legs long. Reach for that right knee to chest. Flex both feet, slight tuck of the chin. Let that knee reach towards that left shoulder. Feel the length through that right leg. And then take your twist. That knee's going to travel across the body to the right side. Left arm extends. Take the gaze over to the left side. Nice deep breaths in and out. Last breath here, and then we bring that knee back to center, gently squeezing it back in. Extend for a full body stretch. Arms and legs. Stretch in opposite directions. And again, bring both knees to chest once again. A little rock side to side. And then take the arms by your side, lift the legs up to the sky, soles of the feet to the sky. You can cycle the legs here. Those are my knees. There is a name for that, but there's no pain. Just sounds funky, crunchy. And then cycle in the opposite direction. You hear it all the way over there? All right, from here, find your happy baby. So you're going to reach for the soles, for the outsides of your feet, or you can peace finger your toes. Again, that's my favorite. And find your happy baby, rock side to side. Tuck the chin. You have a nice flat spine on your mat. Relax the body. Option here to extend one leg and bring one knee in, and then extend the other as you bring that other knee in. So just opposite extensions of the legs, or you can extend both legs out, flex both feet if that feels good, and then gently release the feet, take the feet up to the sky. And take that position for a moment. This is relaxing the body completely. And if it feels good, you can take the arms into cactus, or you can take your arms over your head. So this is calming the nervous system, as this entire practice does. Regulating the nervous system, as we are so good at that at the church. Twirl the ankles if that feels good. And then from here, lower everything back down to the mat. Maybe any final movements that you would like to make. You can do another full body stretch if that feels good. You can take the knees into chest as another option, or rock side to side, or you can take the soles of the feet, bend the knees, and windshield wiper back and forth. So anything that feels good to your body before we come into our final resting pose, so that you can take that final rest in stillness. And then once you're ready, arms by your side, let the toes fall open, softening your gaze or closing your eyes. Maybe tucking those shoulders underneath the body, allowing the chest to open up a little bit more. And taking our sweet Shavasana. Let the body feel heavy, feeling supported all the way from your heels, all the way up the body to the back of your head, feeling that loving support, earth, grounding in. Allow yourself to let go. Let go of your worries. Let go of your fears. And let that loving, compassionate you just for a moment step outside your body, looking at you lovingly and compassionately as you relax your body and let go. Knowing that that higher self you is always right there and has your back. Letting yourself float, letting yourself feel heavy, feeling fully supported through all aspects of your life. Let that higher you come back into your body, lovingly embracing you. Allowing yourself to come back into this space and this room. Gently beginning to bring back movement into the body by wiggling your toes and your fingers. And then maybe taking the knees to chest or taking a full body stretch, whatever feels good to you. And then when you're ready, with your knees bent, rolling over to your right side and cradling your head in a fetal position. And taking a moment here. When you're ready, using your hands to gently press your body back up to seated, meeting me with your eyes closed and hands at the heart center. To seal our beautiful time together in this hour, please join me in bringing our prayer hands up to our third eye as a reminder to think kind thoughts, to our lips to speak kind words, and back down to our hearts as a reminder to keep flowing like water through life, lovingly, courageously, graciously. May our thoughts, words, and actions always be heart-led and divinely guided as I take a deep bow to you in gratitude. Thank you so much for joining